interesting. Is there a video, say if you they shut you down, they're like, Beast, you're done. No more beasting around here, boy. Get out of here, Beast. What if people were like that? And then you got to make one more video. Do you know what it would be, you think?
That's only one more. I mean,
because you've got the $5 million, you've upped the ante.
Yeah. Well, that's on the show, but on YouTube, because I don't have streaming money on YouTube, you know what I mean? I don't know, man. There's so many things I want to do. It'd be hard to pick one.
Oh, there are.
Yeah.
You still have a ton of ideas.
Oh, unlimited. I mean, the bottleneck for me is not ideas. It's just like actually pulling them off, because a lot of these are multi-million-dollar projects that take months upon months to set up, months to film, months to edit, et cetera. So it's just like, they're pretty brutal. Like one of the ones we did recently that I thought was really cool, but like this is an example of how much time it takes is we built a bunker underground. Did you see that one?
I know. I'm not sure.
Okay. But so we had to dig like a super deep hole. We bought a bunker, put it in, cover it up, and then pull up the outside of it for him so you can see what it looks like. And then we had to, that top one right there.
I've seen some of this.
Yeah. So that's a bunker we built. And then those two people, if they lived in there for 100 days, they won $500,000.
Oh, they did it too.
Yeah. Yeah. And then but you have to set deck the bunker. And then, so that's like multiple months of building and everything. Right. And then you put them in there, and then that's still 3 months and 10 days of filming. And then, you have to have like camera crew there going around the clock, and you have to have a medic there just for safety and all these other things. And I have to check in every day. And then now you come out the other end, you have 100 days worth of footage, which takes, editing team forever to come through and watch and edit and then build stories. So like, that's like a 8-month long project. You know what I mean? So they're just like,
it's a lot.
Yeah. It's very, very intense. And that's the thing is like, the fact that I can do all this for a YouTube video, it was like unfathomable when I was growing up. Like it's crazy to see like the kind of content that can be supported by YouTube. Like I think on that video, we probably spent like $4.5 million.
Making that.
Yeah, just on that, between the bunker and the prize pool and everything.
And how many shows can you have? Like, can you have a couple of things going like that at once?
Yeah, we have to. I try to upload 2 videos a month. So we have to be working on 6 to 8 videos at a time, because these videos take months to pull off. So if we're only working on one at a time, then I'd only upload once every like 3 or 4 months.
And do you come up with most of the ideas yourself, or do you have kind of a team when you guys kind of pool them?
Yeah, so that's where it's interesting, because the ideas are incredibly important, because like I do a lot of 7-day challenges, right? I spent 7 days buried alive. I spent 7 days in solitary confinement. 7 days in a cave, underground city, 7 days on desert island, blah, blah, blah. And then what's interesting is like, you could do 7 days buried alive, so me laying in a coffin for 7 days, or you could do, theoretically, right, I could lay in a bathtub for 7 days, right? Both take the same amount of my time. Both are me just laying there, but the one in the bathtub isn't going to get any views. No one gives a fuck. The one of me laying in a tomb underground, everyone will care, because it's like, fucking, what the fuck? This dude buried himself alive. So it like shows like theoretically, it's kind of the same thing, but this idea is just in a different setting environment, and will probably get 10,000 times more views. And so it shows like the importance of the idea, if that makes sense. Like it's not views or success isn't directly correlated with the effort you put in. A lot of it has to do with what is the overarching concept. And so once you kind of realize that, you just like get really obsessed with how do I come up with crazy, cool, original, viral ideas. And so that's what I spent most of my teenage years obsessing over. And I used to do every single day. I would brainstorm video ideas, and I'd write them down. And that's how I built I have this like Google sheet with like 10,000 ideas on it. I mean, it's ridiculous. I thought of trying to sell that to YouTubers at one point, because there's so many there, I could never film them. But then after a while, now that things have gotten so big and I have to like film 25, 28 days a month, and I have all this stuff going on, I can't do an hour a day. So I hired people to do it for me. And then, like once a week, they'll just go, hey, here's 200 really cool, unique ideas. I'll flip through them, and, and they'll usually inspire something in my head. Because a big thing too is like, this is what I've probably said this on podcasts before, but like if there was a fruit in Africa that if you ate, you grew 2 feet taller, and you didn't know that existed until I just told you right now, right? You wouldn't have been able to brainstorm ideas around eating that fruit. But now that you know it exists, you could. And so it's like very important to always be intaking new information and learning things, because that's how you come up with more original creative stuff. Like I noticed when I first started hiring people to like, start brainstorming stuff for me, that like after 2 months of someone doing this, you would just basically start getting the same ideas on autopilot, right? Like if a guy really likes basketball, you'll start to notice like, 10% of his ideas have to do with basketball. But it's not because basketball is like the greatest ideas or most viral thing. It's just because that's what he watches. And so, you know, and you'll notice if someone watches baseball, now they conveniently have baseball ideas. And so what you want is you just want to get someone who you just almost like want to make them constantly learn and absorb new information. So listen to 10 different podcasts, right. 1 episode of each, not 10 of one. Listen, you know, watch every sport, not one. And you almost have to to train people to help you come up with good ideas. You have to just train them to watch a bunch of different content and absorb information, and you'll see it come out in their ideas, if that makes sense.
So first of all, you'd find somebody who you like, okay, I like that this person comes up with ideas. Yeah. And then you'd be like, now I just need I need them to encourage them to consume different things.
Yeah, it's almost like an information diet.
Different ingredients to come out with a different cake or whatever.
Exactly, yeah. So you control their information diet and by,
information diet. That's so wild.
I mean, and that's, I mean, I obsess over things. So
yeah, it's important.
But that's been super helpful because it's just, that's how because a big part of getting 100 million views theoretically on a video is if, is it something someone has seen before or not? Like, there's this TED Talk I watched one time, and he was talking about how, if you're driving down the road, you just see a cow, you're probably not even going to look at it, right? Who cares? You've seen them all the time. Mm-hmm. But if you're driving down the road and there's a purple cow, you're going to look like 4 times. You're going to remember that. Like someone could ask you a year later and you'll be like, yeah, I saw a purple cow. And it's like, the only difference is it's purple. And it's kind of the same way on social media, right? Like if you're scrolling through videos and it's something you've seen before, nothing too crazy. It's just, it's almost like you should visualize as like, that's the equivalent of someone seeing a cow. But if it's something they've never seen before, like you putting a bunker underground and 2 people living in it, that is the equivalent of a purple cow on social media.
Like, how do I make something that Prince would drink milk out of,
Wait, what did you just say?
Like, how do you make something that Prince would drink milk out of? Prince musician, what's his last name?
Prince. Okay.
You know I'm talking about? Prince from Minnesota?
No.
Oh, Prince.
I mean, I've heard the word.
Little Red Corvette.
Yeah.
You know that song? He's a musician, but purple. Okay. He was like a purple guy.
Gotcha.
So like, how do you make this, right? There's 2,000 Princes, right? But he's the
one-on-one. Yeah.
He's Prince.
Gotcha.
Right? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, how do you...
I got you.
Yeah, I'm saying the same thing you're saying. I think.
So that's a very important thing. So anyways, just if anyone watching ever wants to do social media, make your ideas the purple cow. Don't just be the cow.
Yeah, it's about you or your work. Do you feel like?
Well, that's a good one. I would say the biggest one is I think people think we make content for kids and but
that's a great one.
Yeah,
that's a great answer.
Yeah, and it's a lot of, because I've been famous, air quotes, I don't know, but for a while now. And the thing is, when I was like in my young, like 20 years, I'm 26 now. When I was like 20 or 21, I didn't have much experience with storytelling or like making these like videos with contestants.